In this video, we're going to take a look at 2013 and 2017 because the patterns from those cycles will help us set up the potential exit in 2021. Quick look at 2021. We had the first half of the bull market from the halving up to April of this year. We then had our mid-cycle shakeout, which was minus 54%. And since then, we've had the first wave or first channel, a correction, and now we're on the second wave or second channel. That's all we need to be aware of so far. I now want to go and look over at 2013, see if it looks similar. Well, in 2013, we had the first half of the bull market. We had a mid-cycle shakeout, minus 75%. We had a first channel, a correction, and a second channel. So certainly is rhyming with what we're seeing in 2021. And that would imply that we are somewhere in here, somewhere in the middle of the second channel. We don't need to be exact. So what happened next in 2021? Well, we had our channel 2 correction. So this was minus 25% in channel 2. We haven't seen that yet this time, so we're waiting for it. And then we had at the bottom of that correction is liftoff, because the price never goes that low again. And in fact, it goes up very, very quickly after that. So that's our green rocket. That is liftoff. We then have a break of the channel. You can see the price going above the channel for the first time and breaking it cleanly, break of the channel. We then have what the Conquer the Markets community are terming the stupid big green candle. So this was plus 40% in a day. Of course, people are freaking out right now if the price goes up 5%. So you can imagine what would happen when the price goes up 40%. And the next day was extreme volatility. So the price went up and down 50% in a day. Again, imagine what emotions will be like around that time. All of those indicators mean that we could then draw in the landing zone. So I'm drawing the landing zone actually from the stupid big green candle for 1 month. So in 2013, that was the 18th of November to the 17th of December. That gives us our landing zone. That's what we're going to be working with in the next video. And it incorporates the peak and a crash and a bounce, and then the beginning of the bear market. Does that look similar to 2017? Well, let's see. 2017, we had the first half of the bull market. We had a mid-cycle shakeout. We had a first channel, a correction, and a second channel. So again, it would imply that right now we're somewhere in here, somewhere in the middle of the second channel. What would we expect to see next? Does it look like it did in 2013? Well, we had a channel 2 correction. This was minus 30%. The bottom of that pullback is liftoff. The price never went that low again. We then had a break of the channel. You can see the price heading above the top blue line. Extreme volatility. This was plus and minus 21% in a day. And then heading up into a stupid big green candle. So that was 22%. And what I've done is drawn the landing zone from the stupid big green candle for 1 month. So it was the 7th of December to the 6th of January, which incorporates the peak, correction, and a bounce. You can see the similarities very, very clearly between those two cycles. We haven't had any of these indicators yet in 2021. We haven't had the correction. We haven't had the channel break. We haven't had extreme volatility. Certainly haven't had the stupid big green candle. So what we'll be trying to do in 2021 is, as we tick off these triggers or these indicators, it will imply that we're heading up into the landing zone. The more confidence we have will depend upon how closely it resembles 2013 and 2017. All we can say up to this point is that it is aligning really, really nicely. So it's not to say that it will be perfectly aligned with what happened in the last two cycles, but if we start to see this pattern occur, then we can have some confidence that we're going to get our cycle peak. And once we have our big stupid green candle, then we can draw in the landing zone. So this, like I said, it's a 1 month time period approximately. So we'll, in the last 2 cycles, so we'll use 1 month in 2021. And I will be doing my best to call that out, and I'll be doing my best as soon as possible to draw it in. We don't know when that's going to be yet. We have to follow price action. We're not looking for any particular price. The reason for that is because the cycle peak could be $200,000. It could be $500,000. What we want to make sure is that we get the timing right, because we want to make sure that we are exiting as close to the top as possible. So when we start to tick those off and get those big green candles, I'll be drawing that in. Let's say that is the month of December this time, which it could very well be. I'll be getting the landing zone drawn in. I'll be calling it out on YouTube and Instagram and Telegram channel. Make sure you're on all of those. But I would also encourage you to do the work yourself as well, because none of this is financial advice, and everything I say, you should verify. I'm putting out this so that you can learn, and hopefully with the knowledge I'm putting out there, you should be in a good position to identify this time period as well. So we'll be doing it together. I'll certainly be calling out when I see it, and we'll then be using that landing zone for our exit strategies, which we're going to cover in the next video. So stay tuned.